right. Pain to injuries before we start. Good. All right. Good day, everyone. This is Stephen Chang coming to you live from 333 Grand in downtown Jersey City, New Jersey. Please visit my website, simhayoga.com, for the hybrid schedule, which is in person here at 333 Grand, as well as through Zoom. You can register for class through ubindi.com, and if you're watching this on YouTube, classes are $10, and you can pay through Venmo or PayPal. Payment information on the bottom of the video, as well as my website, simhayoga.com. Today's class is open flow. It is a level 1, level 2. If you're working with any kind of special conditions or limitations, make sure that you do modify or skip poses altogether, making good decisions about your movement practice so that you don't create any injuries or perpetuate any injuries. Sitting up tall, if you have tight lower back or hips, please elevate. Sitting up on some blocks, some blankets will make it easier for you to find a lengthy, tall spine in your cross-legged position. Okay, palms face up, fingers in Dhyana Mudra, thumb and index fingers touching. Grounding evenly through your seat, elongate through your spine, and start to let your inhales even out with your exhales. Three ohms together. Inhale. Keeping the eyes closed, hands together in prayer on front of the heart, pressing your thumbs into your heart, heart back into your thumbs, lifting the heart up toward the sky, setting your intention for yoga practice, devoting your practice to someone or something or to yourself, your supreme self that lives within your heart, chanting the mantra for purification, purifying the space in which you practice yoga, call and response. Om Pavitraha, Om Pavitraha, Pavitrawa, Pavitrawa, Sarva Vushtan, Gatopiwa, Gatopiwa, Yaha Smarit, Pundrikaksham, Sapahya, Bihyendraha, Suchihi. Beginning to open the eyes, palms face up, fingers come back to Gyan Mudra. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, right ear to the right shoulder, right hand to the left side, elongate through the left side of the neck, and chin toward the right shoulder. Release back to center, drop the right hand, left ear to the left shoulder, left hand to the right side. And then chin toward the left shoulder. Release back to center, drop the left hand, chin toward the chest. Big circles with the head in one direction, ear to one side, roll it back, opposite side, roll the center. A few more rounds. And then chin back toward the chest and pause. And then taking the opposite direction. And then chin back towards the chest again. Lifting the chin parallel to the floor in neutral spine. Extend the legs forward, separating your feet. Hands supporting to either side and turning your toes toward each other. And then roll them out. Draw in, roll out, draw in, outer rotation, circling. Back to center, switch them around. And back to center again. Cross your shins again, but take the opposite shin on top. Raise the arms up high and extend. Twist to the right on the exhale. Back to center, arms up. Twist to your left. Back to center again. Side bends. Right hand down, left arm overhead. Take it back up. Other side. Back up again. Legs forward. Forward fold. Take it back up. Separate your feet up on mat with distance. Left hand to your floor. Right arm is up. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, reach forward, grabbing the left foot with your right hand. Re-lengthen your spine. Exhale. Let's go a little bit deeper. Release. Take it back up. Switch sides. Right hand to the floor. Left arm is up. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, fold. Release. Make your way back up. Step the feet out a little bit wider. Left hand to inside the left leg. Reach your right arm out and then side bend over your left leg. Release, take it back up, switch sides. Right hand to inside the right leg, left arm out, and then side bend toward the right. Take it back up again. Let's go even wider if you have it. Left hand to the floor, right arm is up, inhale, lengthen. Exhale, folding forward. Inhale, take it back up, switch sides, right hand to the floor, left arm up, inhale, exhale, fold forward. Take it back up again. With the hands back behind you. Outer rotation through the hands. Take it slightly back behind you. Then lift your chest, broaden your shoulders, gently looking up with the back bend. Now keep your feet flexing so the back of the legs are pressing down to the floor. Now release the action just a little bit. Press into your hands with neutral spine and a slight upper back bend actually. Start to lean forward with a straightened spine. Go only as far forward until you start to feel like you're rounding, right? So I want you to keep a much more neutral position with your spine. Once you get to your max, stay there for a couple more breaths. You'll start to feel for the stretch, the inner thighs, and then the back of the legs as well. Now, once you've adjusted, right, now you can walk your hands slightly further forward. Inhale, lengthen, and then crawl the hands forward a little bit at a time. And then once you get to feel like your maximum, stay there. Take a few more breaths. So as soon as you start rounding, I need you to stop and then walk it back in a little bit, lift your chest, and come back to a more neutral position. We're going to go forward one more time since we've just adjusted. If you can go further forward and you can continue to feel the lengthiness of the spine, go a little bit further forward. Otherwise, stay as you are. Alrighty, start to walk it back in. Take the legs in just a little bit so you can relax your inner thighs a little bit. All right? Then with your hands out to the sides, you're going to rotate your palms to face up. You're going to rotate the palms to face down 3 times. Roll up and go as far in that rotation as possible. Roll down and go as far in that rotation as possible. Roll up one more time. Roll down. Come back to neutral. Raise your arms to parallel the floor. Same thing. Roll up. Roll down. Roll up. Roll down. Roll up. Roll down. Then reach your hands as far back as you can. Flip the palms and reach your arms forward to a diagonal, parallel to each other. Swim the arms back, palms face each other. Flip the palms again, palms forward, palms face each other. Swim back, swim forward. Stay here and then raise the arms straight up. Legs are engaged, arms straight up with a lengthy spine. Then release your hands to either side of you with your hands supporting. Walk your legs into parallel, Dandasana. Palms alongside the hips. Press your hands down and ground the feet down. Pressing your hands down, lift up with your spine. Crown of the head reach up, maybe even feeling like your shoulders slightly drawn back. Excuse me. And start to release, bend your knees, swing the legs back behind you. Come to your down dog and start to pedal out the legs, walking it out side to side. All right, come back to stillness. Walk your feet out about mat's width. Walk your left hand to center line and then walk your hand in a little bit closer. So now you're in a slightly shorter down dog. Then with your right hand, thread underneath the left to grab the outer left ankle and then pull the torso toward your left leg. That's correct. Start to release. Now, where your left hand is, you're going to replace it with your right hand. So you've measured it out already, right? So left hand, grab the outer right ankle, and then pull the torso toward the right leg. Right? So depending on what your flexibility is and how far you're pulling toward the right leg, your right shoulder, right arm may feel a different level of sensation, right? If you're deeper in the forward fold, you're going to feel a lot of hollowness into your right armpit, a lot of stretch into your right arm, right shoulder. All right, start to release. Walk it back to the shape of down dog, the distance of down dog. Then once you get to down dog, tuck toe up dog. Inhale, come forward into your plank. Let the hips start to drop as you lift your chest into a back bend. Exhale, draw back to a down dog. We'll do that 3 times. Inhale forward into your plank. Allow the hips to slowly drop as you lift your chest. Exhale, take it back to down dog. Inhale forward. Hips start to drop as you lift your chest. Exhale, down dog. Inhale, raise your right leg up, 3-legged dog. Exhale, right knee in toward the nose, around the spine. Inhale, kick up, open up the hips and bend the right knee. Right knee outside of the right arm in touch. Kick it back up. Knee comes into twist and touch your left arm. Kick it back up. Stepping your right foot forward. Warrior 1. Arms up high and extend. Now keeping the warrior 1 legs, you're not going to lift and lower, but you're going to take big circles with the arms. So reach your arms up, back and down, forward and up. Reach back, down, forward and up. Back, down, forward and up. Opposite direction, forward, down, back and up. Forward, down, back and up. Forward, down, back and up. Warrior 1, open it up. Warrior 2. Lengthen front leg, reach up high. Bend the front knee, warrior 2, 3 times. Lengthen, reach up. Warrior 2. Lengthen, reach up. Warrior 2. Reverse warrior, right arm up and back. Side angle, you can modify, elbow to the knee or the hand to the floor and raise your left arm up. Reach your left arm forward, extended side angle. And then we'll revolve it. Left hand to the floor. You can even walk your left hand a little bit wider. So as you lean the torso slightly to your left, it gives you a little bit more space to then raise your right arm up. Extend the right arm forward. Extend it, revolved. Half bind. Right arm up and behind you. And twist. Inhale. Come all the way up and around. Reverse warrior. Hands to the floor. Right foot stepping back. Plank. Inhale, one breath. Exhale, lower all the way down to the belly. 3 progressive cobras. Inhale, lift up. Baby cobra. Belly lower up, stay on the floor. Exhale, lower almost all the way down. Inhale, lift up a little higher. Belly lower ribs away from the floor. Exhale, lower almost all the way down. Inhale, lift up even higher. If you have full extension of your arms, go ahead and take it. Or slight bending at the elbows if you need. All the way down. Child's pose. Feet toward the heels and fold. Come to a kneeling position, walking hands in, lift the torso up. You're sitting on your heels. Arms can be either reaching straight down, but if you're touching down, arms can go slightly off to the side. So you just don't want to touch your fingertips to the floor. We're going to roll the shoulders. You're going to roll the shoulders forward, up, back, down. Forward, up, back, down. Forward, up, back, down. Stay here, and we're going to go the opposite direction. Back, up, forward, down. Back, up, forward, down. Back, up, forward, down. Release, walking hands forward, down dog. Inhale, left heel up. Left knee in toward the nose. Kick up, open up the hips, bend the left knee outside of the left arm and touch. Kick back up. Knee comes into twist, touch your right arm. Kick back up. Stepping your left foot forward. Warrior one. All right, so this time, taking the big circles, we're going to go forward first and then back, okay? Reach forward, down, back, up. Forward, down, back, up. Forward, down, back, up. Stay there for a second, and then we'll go the opposite direction. Back, down, forward, up. Looking good. Back, down, forward, up, back, down, forward, up. Stay here. Warrior one. Open it up. Warrior two. Inhale. Lengthen front leg. Reach up high. Bend the front knee. Warrior two. 3 times. Lengthen. Reach up. Warrior two. Lengthen. Reach up. Warrior two. Flip the front palm. Reverse warrior. Exhale, side angle. You can modify elbow to the knee or the hand to the floor, right arm up. Extended side angle, right palm face down, reach forward. And then revolving it, right hand to the floor. You can walk it out a little bit wider, lean the torso out to the right side a little bit, and then raise your left arm up to twist. Then reach your left arm forward, extend it, revolved. Half bind, left arm up and back behind you, twist a little bit deeper. Then on the inhale, come all the way up and around, reverse warrior. And then hands to the floor, left foot, stepping back, plank. Inhale, one breath, exhale, lower all the way down to the belly. So again, 3 progressive cobras. Inhale, lift up, baby cobra. Exhale, lower almost all the way down. Inhale, lift up a little bit higher. Exhale, lower almost all the way down. Inhale, lift up even higher. If you have full extension of your arms, take it. All the way down. Child's pose, feet toward the heels and fold. And then walk your hands in, standing on your shins again, sitting on your heels. You're going to reach your hands forward. Right hand to your left shoulder, left arm under. You're going to walk your hands in as close toward the center line as possible. Then press your fingers to the flesh of the upper back and pull the flesh away from the center line. Then once you have that tension and a spread of the upper back, inhale, lift the elbows up, gaze up for a back bend. On the exhale, round the mid and upper back, elbows toward the ribs, and then just expand through the upper back and your shoulders. Then come back up to neutral. As you release your hands forward, take your hands into a fist, and then as you reach your arms back, bend the elbows. You're going to touch your knuckles toward each other. And then on the inhale, lift the elbows up. Touch your knuckles toward each other. Lift the elbows up. Touch your knuckles. Lift, release your hands, reach your arms forward. This time, left hand to your right shoulder, right arm underneath. Walk your hands in as close toward the center line as possible, and then pull the flesh apart, and then lift the elbows up, gaze up. And then round the mid and upper back, elbows toward the ribs, and spread. Come back up to neutral. As you release, extend the arms forward, hands into a fist. As you draw the arms back, bending the elbows, touch your knuckles. Inhale, lift. Touch your knuckles. Inhale, lift. Touch your knuckles. Inhale, lift, release, walk your hands forward, down dog. Inhale, right heel up. Step the right foot forward between your hands. Left knee comes down, crescent moon. Take extra padding to left knee as you need. All right, let's first take the active back toe position. So tucking your toes under. Lift up, hands to top of the thigh, and then lean the hips forward. Let's take 3, 2, 1. You're going to shift back just a little bit, and then you're going to shift forward again for 3, 2, 1. Shift back. Now this time, before you come forward, you're going to untuck the toes, and then shift forward one more time. This time we're going to hold. Then applying the tops of the hands, pressing down to lean the upper torso back, and gently looking upwards. Make sure back of the neck stays supported. So supported meaning keeping a lengthy spine and supporting from the back of the neck instead of dropping the head back, which crunches the back of the neck. All right, starting to release. Take the hands to the inside of the right foot. Turn the right toes out at an angle. Right thigh also turns out. Walk your hands forward about a foot and lowering your forearms down. Now, if this is difficult for you, you can keep your arms extended and just keep leaning the hips forwards and downwards. And for those of you who have blocks, you can always take blocks to your forearms so that you can elevate the floor to meet you instead of you trying to reach for the floor. Then start to move by taking your left forearm out to left side a little bit. Take the left arm down, supporting. Right hand, reach out to your left side. So you're crossing over to your left side. With your fingertips to the floor, crawl the fingertips forward and toward the left. So now you're getting a really nice stretch into your right arm, right shoulder, right side. Walk your right hand in. Lift the left elbow up. Keep the left hand to the floor. This time, you're going to thread the needle. Raise your right arm up and thread the right arm underneath the left. And as you bend your left elbow, allow the right shoulder, right cheek to come toward the floor. Press into your left hand, lift back up, walk your hands back in. Turn the right toes back forward, frame your right foot. Tuck the left toes under, half split. You're going to shift your hips over your left knee, so you want to come back to a vertical left thigh. Flex your right foot, hands to support. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, fold forward from here. Step the right foot back down. Lunge your hips forward. Lift the left knee. Low lunge. And then lengthen over the right leg. Now, if your feet are too wide and you want to step it in a little bit, go ahead and step it in. Find a nice stable position so that you can try to lengthen the back of the right leg. So the front leg is your right leg. So you want to lengthen the right hamstrings and the right calf. Use your blocks to either side of the right foot if you need, or hands to books are also helpful. Bend your right knee, revolve half moon. Left hand forward, about a foot from your toes. Shift forward, reach your left heel back, reach your right arm up to twist. Then start to break, step the left foot all the way back. Circle it up and around. Reverse warrior, stretch at your right side. And then hands to the floor. Right foot stepping back plank. This time, let's take a full push-up. Inhale, one breath. Exhale, chaturanga. Inhale, up dog. Exhale, down dog. Left leg up. Stepping your left foot forward between your hands. Crescent moon, right knee comes down. All right, so extra padding to your right knee as you need, but keep the right toes tucked under. All right, you're going to walk your hands to the top of the thighs, and then lean the hips forward for a couple of breaths. Going to release the action, shift back just a little bit, and then you're going to come forward one more, again, a second time with your right toes tucked under, going a little bit deeper. Then shift back one more time. You're going to untuck the toes and then lean the hips even further forward. This time we're going to hold it here. Pressing your hands into your thighs and lean the upper torso back. Alrighty, start to release your hands to your floor to the inside of the left foot. Turn the left toes out at an angle. Then walk your hands forward about a foot and then lowering your forearms down. Again, if you're not able to lower your forearms down, keep your arms extended. Just keep reaching the hips forwards and downwards. Forearms to blocks as you need. All right, lift the elbows back up, walk your hands back in, tuck the right toes under, turn the left toes back forward, frame your foot, half split. You're going to shift back to take the hips over your right knee, vertical right thigh. Flex your left foot, looking for the length of the back of the left leg. Inhale, exhale, fold. Alrighty, step the left foot back. Frame your left foot with your hands, tuck the right toes under, lift. Now, if you need to adjust and walk your feet in a little bit closer, you can, and then start to lengthen over your left leg the best of your abilities. So again, hands to either side of the left foot, or hands to blocks. And of course, at home, if you don't have blocks, you can use books or even like aluminum cans, right? So 2 soup cans or something like that. Just something stable for you to rest your hands on so that they can basically serve as an extension of your arms. And that'll make it easier for you to forward fold over the left leg here. All right, bend your left knee, revolve half moon. Right hand comes forward about a foot forward from your left toes, a little bit up to side, so you're in a diagonal. Then tip forward to balance on the left leg, reach your right heel back, and then once you stabilize, left arm up to twist. All right, begin to break. Step the right foot all the way back. Inhale, circle up and around, reverse warrior. And then hands to the floor, left foot, stepping back, plank. Inhale, one breath. Exhale, chaturanga. Inhale, up dog. Exhale, down dog. Inhale, right heel up. Step the right foot forward, low lunge. Raise the arms up high, high lunge. Lengthen front leg, reach up higher. Bend the front knee, arms alongside, 3 times. Lengthen and reach up. Bend the front knee, arms alongside. Lengthen, reach up. Keep the arms reaching. Bend the front knee. Warrior 3. Lean forward to step on the right leg and balance here. Then stay on the right leg to stand up for tree. Sole of the left foot in the right leg. Once you steady your balance, arms up and out. And holding it here. Raise the arms back up through Warrior 3. You're going to step it back to Warrior 1. Open it up, Warrior 2. Straddling forward bend. Lengthen out the right leg. Turn the right toes to the left side. Check that your toes are just slightly closer than your heels. Take the hands to the hips. Inhale, lift up for a slight back bend to prepare. Then come back to vertical. Everyone bend at the knees, at the seat drop a little bit, keeping that neutral spine. Hinge at the hips, draw forward. Let the hands come down. Once your hands touch down, now you have 4 limbs to support. Then lengthen out the left leg, lengthen out the spine on the inhale. Then on the exhale, to the best of your abilities, keep a neutral spine. Hinge at the hips to take the forward bend. So you're trying to keep as much lengthiness through the back bodies as possible. So the back of the legs, try to keep long. Try to keep the spine also neutral as you lean forward. Let the head release, let the head get heavy, supporting with your hands to the floor, grounding firmly through your heels and the outer edges of your feet as you come forward in the forward fold. Three more deep breaths. All right, let's take a twist. So you're going to take your hands to the floor and lift the torso back up. Walk your left hand to center, creating a tripod. Then bend your left knee, keep the right leg extended, and raise your right arm up to twist into a half bind. Right hand behind you and twist deeper. All right, so notice this bending of the left knee makes the pose a lot easier to come into. All right, of course, you can lengthen out both legs, but that requires a lot more flexibility and sometimes not so comfortable, not so pleasant on the hips, right? So keeping your left knee bending makes the pose a lot more accessible. All right, let's switch sides. Raise your right arm up, right hand to the floor. So with both hands supporting, walk your right hand to center. All right, so that's a tripod. Bend your right knee, keep the left leg extended. Raise your left arm up to twist. Half bind, left hand behind you. Twist deeper. All right, releasing your left hand back to the floor with both hands supporting. You're going to start to come out of the pose by bending the knees a little bit. Let the seat drop a little bit. Inhale, lift the head, lift the upper back. So now your spine is neutral again and a little bit more engaged. You're going to shift the weight back toward the heels, which lightens the load to the front bodies. And on the inhale, through the strength of the legs and neutral spine, make your way up to warrior two. Expand the arms, turn the right toes back forward. Inhale, reverse warrior. And then hands to the floor, right foot, stepping back plank. Inhale, one breath. Exhale, chaturanga. Inhale, up dog. Exhale, down dog. Inhale, left heel up, three-legged dog. Stepping left foot forward, low lunge. Raise the arms up high for high lunge. On the inhale, lengthen front leg, reach up high. Bend the front knee, arms alongside. Lengthen and reach up. Bend the front knee, arms alongside. Lengthen and reach up. Keep the arms reaching. Bending the front knee is your high lunge. Lean the torso forward. Warrior three. Balancing on the left leg. And stay on the left leg to stand up for tree pose. Sole of the right foot in the left leg. Stay balancing on the left leg, arms up through your warrior three. You're going to step it back into warrior one. And once you get to your warrior one, open it up, warrior two. Lengthen out the left leg, turn the left toes to right side, straddling for a bend a second time. So again, check that your toes are just slightly turned in, hands to the hips. Inhale, lift up for the back bend to prepare. Then come back up to vertical. Bend at the knees, let the seat drop a little bit. Lean the torso forward with a neutral spine. Let the hands come down to the floor. Once your hands are touching down, forelimbs are down for support. Inhale, lengthen legs, lengthen your spine. On the exhale, keep that lengthiness and hinge at the hips. Take it forward into your forward fold. Let the head get heavy. As little activity to the neck as possible. Hands are there to support. But your feet are firmly grounding down, right, through the back of the heels and also the outer feet. This time we're going to walk over to your left leg. So you're going to take the hands to support, lift the torso up a little bit. Walk your hands over to the left side. If you're able to, left hand to outside the left foot, right hand to grab the left ankle, and then pull toward the left leg. Now, if the hand to the outside of the foot is difficult, the hand can go to the inside of the foot. And the right hand to grab the left ankle, or the right hand to grab the left arm, whatever you can leverage, right? Anywhere along the left leg and pull. All right, let's square back to center and walk it over to the other side. If you're able to, right hand to outside the right foot, left hand to grab the right ankle. If not possible, right hand to the inside the foot, left hand to grab the right ankle or anywhere along the shin or the right arm. So you're pulling toward the right leg the best of your ability. Alrighty, take it back to center. So again, to come out of the pose with both hands supporting, bend at the knees, let the seat drop a little bit. Lift the head, lift the upper back, so engaging your spine with a neutral spine. Shift the weight back toward the heels. Through the strength of your quads in a neutral spine, make your way up. Expand the arms, turn the left toes back forward, warrior two. Inhale, reverse warrior. And then hands to the floor, chaturanga. Up dog, down dog. Left leg up for pigeon. Draw the left knee in, land that shin to the floor. Into right knee, further back. Walk your hands in, elongate. Let's stay here for a few breaths so that we can get a nice uh, lower back bend as we continue to find the hip opening and the alignment of the pose. Alrighty, let's start to make your way forward. Walking your hands forward, you can come to your forearms, or you can make pillows for hands and resting your forehead. Let's take ankles to knee, aka double pigeon. So lift the torso back up. Sit the left seat down so you can move your left heel further forward so that the shin becomes parallel to the front of the mat. Flex your left foot. Swing the right leg around, and you're probably off to the left side, so center your seat. And then once you are centered and feeling pretty good, then you're going to take right ankle on top of the left knee. So make sure you understand, right? It's ankles to knee. You're not putting your foot halfway down the left shin or like behind the left knee, right? You want to go on top of the left knee with your right ankle. So it's ankles to knee. So your knees and your ankles line up one over the other like two burning logs, one over the other, okay? So this is ankles to knee. So make sure you have a nice position. You're nice and even with your hips and flex both ankles, right? And that's to protect the corresponding knees and ankles. Once you have that in place, hands to the floor, sit up tall. Then start to think energetically, your right knee working down toward the left ankle. For those of us who have tight hip flexors, right, you may be way up high. That is okay as long as you're feeling for that rotation, right? The action of the knee drawing down goes into the flexibility of your hip flexors, right? If you're tighter, you're a little higher. If you're more flexible, maybe your knees and your ankles line up on the bottom as well. If that is the case, then you can start to make your way forward by leaning forward, walking hands forward. Either stay up higher because this is all you can manage, or you can take your forearms all the way down and then line up the ankles and the knees and really taking that flexibility. So Chloe, make sure you flex your foot better at the top foot. There you go. There you go. Nice. Right? Ankles to knee, feet are flexed. Right? And again, depending on your flexibility, you're a little higher or a little bit lower. All right, so we're just looking for feeling for the intensity into the hip flexors, right? And you don't have to overdo it. It can be quite unpleasant if you try to force something to happen that is not happening very well. So make sure that you ease into that tension and just feel for the rotation, feel for the flexibility, and work into it. All right, so as we continue to take the next few breaths, I'll give you a side view. As we continue to take the next few breaths, I really want to encourage, right? Those of us who are taking the open level classes, we're mixed between level one and level two. For those of us who are more level one, flexibility is something that's not coming easy to us. So I don't want you to feel like because you're not getting some of these poses easily that you're going to give up, right? So flexibility really takes time and patience, and you really have to have a lot of discipline to work into it, right? So none of us coming in here as adults starting a yoga practice is coming in here as Gumby, unless you have um, a natural inclination to be very flexible. Most of us are trying our best to work with alignment, to build flexibility so that we can create more and more mobility and ease into our flexibility poses. All right, let's start to ease our way out. So notice that when we come out of the pose, the knees and the ankles are going to feel really tight. So you're going to support the right leg with your hands and extend forward. Support the left leg and extend forward. Hands to either side. And then as you extend forward, you're going to flex and point your feet a whole bunch of times. And this action of flexing and pointing is going to help you reset your knees and your ankles. Now, after you take a few of them, you're going to release and you're going to feel a lot better, right? So notice that that is the easiest way to neutralize versus if you extend the legs forward, right? And you feel the tension into your knees and ankles and you just leave it. It takes a lot longer for you to neutralize. It is possible, but flexing and pointing is the key. All right, let's break. Draw your left heel back, right leg back, and then coming back through the pigeon into the down dog. Right, so I've been practicing for like over 20 years, and there's still things that are quite difficult for me. And then in other ways, I am still gaining flexibility, and in even other ways, I'm losing flexibility as I age, right? So these are the things that come and go, and you just negotiate the best you can and do the best you can every day. Inhale, second side. Raise your right leg up for pigeon. Draw the right knee in. Land the shin to the floor. So you want to angle the right thigh 30 to 45 degrees over to right. You're standing on the right shin with your hands supporting. Inch your left knee as far back as you can, and then untuck the toes. Walk your hands back, elongate. So you want to feel like your hips are level and that you're in a more lengthy vertical line. And let's hold here for a few breaths in the back bend in your pigeon. Now, if you set this up incorrectly and you're sitting down on the right side, you might feel like you're falling off to the right, right? So we do not want that. We want to avoid that. We want balance. So you're standing on the shin, hips are level, and if we did this right, you should feel like you're very balanced here. When you're ready, walk your hands forward. You can take your forearms down. You can make pillows to the hands and rest your forehead. All righty, let's lift the torso back up. Walk your hands back in. Let's take ankles to knee. You're going to take the right feet down, swing the left leg all the way around, and you're going to center your seat. Move the right heel further forward so that the shin becomes parallel to front of the mat. Flex your right foot. Then you're going to take the left ankle on top of the right knee. And then make any final adjustments so that you're nice and centered. You want your ankle on top of the knee with your foot flexing properly. Hands to support to either side and sit up tall. So Chloe, the bottom foot has to flex as well. Yes, good. Right? So lengthen through your spine and start to feel for those sensations in your hip flexors. Start to think about the left knee energetically working downwards, right? It doesn't have to be dramatic. It could be just very subtle, gentle movements and encouragement. Right? If this is good enough, you can stay here. If you have a little bit more in you, you can start to lean the torso forward with the neutral spine. And then as you lean forward, you're going to feel the left knee beginning to get further and further toward the right leg, or closer and closer toward the right ankle. Now, if you then can walk your hands forward and lower your forearms down, fantastic. If not, just work with wherever you are and whatever the edge of your flexibility is, right? So keep working there. So Chloe, you know how, do you see how with your hands forward and you're collapsing, you're rounding your spine. So I want you to find tension. So maybe take your hands back behind you and lift your chest and then lean forward from that active lengthening of the spine to lean forward will be a lot better for you. Then you might feel more productive work into that knee working downwards into your hip flexors. Whereas if you go this way and just round, you lose all of that tension, right? So you want to keep that tension as you work into it. Right? Do you feel the difference between what you're doing now and just like this, right? So that's key. And so already from the beginning of this pose, I can see that you're making a lot more um, contact from the top leg into your bottom ankle. So as we breathe into it, right, the muscles start to release, and then we get closer and closer and more flexible into the hip flexors. So flexibility poses require some patience to work into it because you have to breathe into the poses. Alrighty, let's start to break. Lift back up. Supporting the left leg with your hands, extend. Support the right leg with your hands, extend. Hands to either side, and flex and point your feet a whole bunch of times. All right, once you're set, draw the right heel in, swing the left leg back and through that pigeon. Walk it back to your down dog, and pedaling out the legs, walk it out side to side. All right, when you're ready, come back to stillness and then walk your feet forward toward your heads and come to a seated position. With your hands supporting to either side, lowering onto your back. Hug the left knee in, keep the right leg extended, left arm out to a T, and twist to the right. And begin to take the left knee back to center, switch legs, switch arms, and twist to the other direction. Alrighty, take it back to center, hugging both knees in. And then when you're ready, step the feet to the floor, sliding the legs forward, Shavasana, side of relaxation. Feet are separated, toes turning out. Arms alongside the body, palms face up, eyes are closed. Beginning to draw your breath back in, moving your fingers and your toes. And when you're ready, reach the arms overhead, stretching in opposite directions, rolling over to the right side and come up to a comfortable cross-legged position. And let's take your non-dominant chin on top, then reconnecting to an even seat, a lengthy spine, shoulders broad, breath deep, and let the neck be free. Inhale for Om. Hands together in prayer, bowing forward, sealing the practice. Come up, namaste. Thank you so much for being here. And thank you for sharing your practice with me. My name is Stephen Chang, coming to you live from 333 Grand in downtown Jersey City, New Jersey. Please visit my website, simhayoga.com, for the hybrid schedule, which is in person here at 333 Grand, as well as through Zoom. You can register for class through ubindi.com, and if you're watching this on YouTube, classes are $10, and you can pay through Venmo or PayPal. Payment information on the bottom of the video, as well as my website, simhayoga.com. Thank you again for joining me. See you next time.